man, where you at? I ordered that pizza like 3 hours ago, man. Cypress Flats? I don't live in no fucking Cypress Flats, man. What the hell?
I don't like it, but it sure is convenient.
What's wrong with the glory hole?
Well, why did you call me
I can taste the creamy filling already. believe it?
Deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've ever learned this year. They're gonna deport you back to the United States. And you know the most ironic thing is that these racist American people go live in different countries like in Mexico to live this luxury, beautiful, cheap life. And now they're getting deported. Yeah, the ones that say, go back to your country, go back to Mexico, go back to Guatemala, go back to Venezuela, go back to Cuba. Yeah, those are the ones. Living the luxury, beautiful life. Well, guess what? You're getting deported back to the United States.
They've been deporting them back to the States. And you know, it's ironic because Americans are like, oh, pack up your bags, you gotta go home, or resources and go live the cheap life, right? In nice areas. Well, pack up your bags and let's wrap it up.
It's 100% fair that Mexico kicks out all of the Americans that live in Mexico now.
What's up, guys? Mexico used to be their escape plan, but now local are saying gringos go home. White America finally getting deported from paradise. So let's dive in. Credit belongs to the owner of the video. I'll
Take a look at this video.
Mexicans want Americans to self-deport themselves out of Mexico. Yes, you heard me right.
Kind of a lot of yapping.
Sounds kind of familiar, right? We had a mass invasion here. Now we're trying to send people out of our country. Mexico's doing the same thing.
She goes on to tell you how, they may be getting violent, blah, blah, blah. Look at this.
Let me know your thoughts on this.
Tell you what I think, what I know, right? So America, we've always exploited other countries. For manufacturing first, it was like China, whatever. Then it's Mexico, just looking for another leg up or whatever, right? Here's the difference. Mexicans are coming here for a better life. America, we're one of the wealthiest countries in the world. People in our country go to their country, we're basically exploiting them. It's mostly people are going there for a cheaper cost of living. A lot of people down there, unfortunately, don't even respect the culture. That type of, they don't respect the people. It's kind of like what you see in Chicago. You go to certain little pocket neighborhoods like Pilsen, or look at how Logan Square has gentrified, right? A lot of the people that used to live there can't anymore. Or like Seattle when the tech boom happened. Unlike what we do to them to gentrify and make things more expensive and more difficult for the people that live there, Mexicans come to America. They actually make the American economy way stronger. They make it so we are like basically a superpower, that we stay a superpower. Without Mexicans doing all the jobs that we don't want to do, we would not be where we are right now. So again, Americans go to Mexico to make the country worse. Cost of living goes up. Mexicans come to America to keep our cost of living from going up. Do you understand?
Mexicans deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've ever learned this year. So apparently Mexican authorities are deporting Americans who have colonized along the area of the beaches. Of course, in the nicer area of Mexico. If you don't have the proper documentation, they're gonna deport you back to the United States. And you know the most ironic thing is that these racist American people go live in different countries like in Mexico to live this luxury, beautiful, cheap life, and now they're getting deported. Yeah, the ones that say, go back to your country, go back to Mexico, go back to Guatemala, go back to Venezuela, go back to Cuba. Yeah, those are the ones. Living the luxury, beautiful life. Well, guess what? You're getting deported back to the United States. These people have exhausted the Mexican resources to live that beautiful lifestyle that they have over there in Mexico, that they cannot afford here in America. The table just turned. Pack it up, wrap it up, and go.
If Mexican migrants are potentially going to be sent to Alligator Alcatraz, then I think it's 100% fair that Mexico kicks out all of the Americans that live in Mexico now. Because it should not be fair that Mexicans come to America for a better life and Americans come to Mexico for a better life, but one gets treated like a fucking prisoner for not coming there legally, but the other one just gets to live out their life. And their dollar stretches so far because they get remote jobs from America and they just live in Mexico.
So guys, let's be real. For years, Americans have been moved to Mexico to escape high rent, cold winter, and expensive healthcare. But now, some Mexican neighbors are turning against them. Local are angry, rent is rising, and people are saying enough is enough. But wait, are America really getting kicked out of Mexico? Something deep is going on. And of course, they are kicking out Mexicans, so they should receive the same treatment. So guys, this is amazing. Credit belongs to the owner of the video. What's happening to this white America, this gringo? It's like happening to Mexican in USA. They're telling them, go home, we don't want you here, like they should deport you. So now they're going to do the same because they're also human beings. They have feelings. Of course, they have also law to protect. So guys, with all this, it's amazing. Let me know what you think about what's going on. About guys, let's watch. I will be back with commentary.
Please tell me that you guys have heard about the protests that are happening in Mexico, where the Mexican people are protesting against the American migrants. Ironic, right? Yeah, these American people that are moving into their country and bringing their gentrification ways along with them, right? They're increasing the price on rent, increasing the pricing of goods, essentially kicking the locals out. What I'm trying to understand is, how is it that we have a president that just signed a bill into law where it includes a budget of $46 billion to complete a border wall when the Mexicans are literally stating, we don't want y'all here. We don't want you here. Who is this wall really for? What is this wall really for? Where is this $46 billion really going? If the Mexicans, the actual Mexican citizens, are not only stating you don't have to worry about us jumping the fence, but we actually are dealing with our own fight of getting you the fuck out of here. And actually, come to think of it, if we are cutting Medicaid, right? We're making cuts to Medicaid. Why the fuck is there still taxes being taken out of my check to go to Medicaid? You guys are cutting it. You don't need that money. So why are you still taxing me? Huh? If you guys are cutting Social Security, why the fuck are you still taxing me Social Security? You don't need the money because you're cutting it. You're cutting it. So where's my money going? Is this really just a big transfer of wealth, like everybody's been stating?
Protests happening in Mexico City. Locals are telling foreigners to pay taxes, learn Spanish, and respect the culture. And now people are saying, but if Americans said that to immigrants, everyone would be upset. But let's talk about why that comparison doesn't hold up. It is not the same thing at all. When immigrants like me come to the United States, we don't come to the United States just to buy off property and live off passive income. We come to work. We do the jobs nobody wants. We pay taxes whether we have papers or not. We build things. We respect the country. We contribute. Now compare that to what's happening in Mexico. The tourists or digital nomads, people that work remotely to escape high rents in the States, they are not there to integrate into the community. They live in Mexico, but they still work for U.S. companies getting paid U.S. dollars. They're not paying Mexican taxes. They're not part of the Mexican labor force. Overall, they're just not helping the Mexican economy. If anything, they are draining it. And the worst part is they tell us when we come over here to the United States to learn the language. They go over there, they don't learn the language. They treat the place like a fucking trend. And what ends up happening? They buy up all this property, increasing the value of property for people that have been there, living there, making it unaffordable for the locals in the country. And that's why people are protesting. They don't fucking hate foreigners. They hate the fact of what foreigners are doing, gentrifying the whole place. Everything, the rent's gone up, $2,000 and up. Everything being listed on Airbnb now. So don't say it's the same, because when we come over here, we're not fucking welcomed while contributing so much to the country, and we still get blamed for everything. While tourists that go to all these other countries like Mexico and my country of El Salvador, they get all the perks, while the locals pay the price.
Mexicans want Americans to self-deport themselves out of Mexico. Yes, you heard me right. The Mexicans are deport yourself out of our country. Protesters took to the streets in Mexico City saying no more gringo stops.
So, guys, as you heard, what's happening to Gringo in Mexico, it's wide. And now, it's not just about who is living here. It's not about where they're living. Some experts don't even try to speak Spanish. They treat Mexico like cheap vacation. But when you are living somewhere full time, it's not vacation. It's someone else's home. That's what making people mad about it, because they don't want to learn about their culture, language, and they don't respect rules and regulation. Of course, no country is going to have that. It's like disrespecting them. You understand, guys? It's understandable. In the way they've been treating Mexican in America, of course they will feel bad, because some people have family members who are feeling like that. So I understand what's going on. I understand why they're doing that, because the treatment you are giving people, expect to get it in back. That's what I think. So guys, I don't know what you think. Let me know in a comment, because for me, I called
that you saw on my Instagram that offended you at a level where you felt the need to reach out.
So the video in question was you debating an Israeli gentleman. You were saying something about Jews being white. He counteracted with they're black Jews, so it's not the case. And then you proceeded to say something.
How about you? Are you a white Jew?
So we could elaborate on this debate. I'm going to try to stay sort of in the pocket here, one thing at a time. But am I white passing? Absolutely. How we're going to define
you say you're white passing.
Yes, I mean.
Okay, so what I'm asking, I'm just asking you a simple question. It's a yes or no. Are you a white Jew?
Again, I'm white passing.
You say you're white passing.
Jewish.
Okay.
When they ask for
am I black or am I black passing?
If you're basing it on your skin color, black's just a Western construct. You have a background?
It's a Western construct. I thought it was a biological reality, which is to say that there are melanocytes in my skin. Melanin is found in the skin, the eyes, the hair. It makes pigment. It makes you darker. So that is a biological reality. That is not a Western construct. So I ask you one more time, are you a white Jew?
Again, no. If I were to ask you in the context of, let me ask you this. If we were in a setting where everyone's black, let's say we were in a country where everyone's black, and I asked you, what are you? Would you say I'm black, or would you then list your identity?
So if you ask me, am I black in a country where everyone's black, I would say, yes, I'm black, because the fact does not change based on environment. But I think that you're actually running away. This is a red herring. You're running away from the actual question, which is, I'm asking you about your biological reality. What we've observed consistently, especially among white Jews, and there's nothing wrong with being a white Jew if that's what you are, you often will find that they wear a Star of David necklace around their neck. Why? Because otherwise we wouldn't know that they were a Jew. We just look at them as a white person, a person of European ancestry, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's because you have an identity which you've stolen and you've created a fictitious story. You have to wear this Star of David to represent that you're Jewish. Just like if you have a male dressed as a woman, you know, they have to force you into using their pronouns, because the reality, the truth that is abundant to all shows that they are in fact a male, but they're pretending and masquerading to be a woman, and they expect us all to agree and take in the lie.
Okay, so are Palestinians who are the same, who have fairer skin than me, white, or are they Palestinian?
We don't need to go to metaphors. We're just asking you. We don't need metaphors. We don't need analogies. We're just asking you.
And I gave you.
Are you
I'm
a white
asking you
Jew?
a question. You answered your own question. Now I'm asking you.
That's really interesting. I actually predicted what you'll do. I want to show you. I didn't have time because I was in a business, but I made a slideshow, and I have superior intelligence, so I knew what you were going to do before you did it. So I was going to finish it. I was just far too busy, but so I have a number of things here. I call them Zionist strategy. So you're using this one right here. It's counter question instead of answering truthfully. You see, that's precisely what you're doing. I asked you a simple yes or no question. Are you a white Jew? I asked you, are you a white Jew?
Then you, instead of,
real quick, let me finish. I asked you, are you a white Jew? And then instead of saying no or yes, which would be the truth, You instead did what I predicted that you would do, which I've clearly written it out. Counter question instead of answering truthfully. So what you did is you started asking me questions. Well, what if you were in a black country? What if a Palestinian's light skin? What if Marquette had hair? You know, you could just answer the question, and you notice I predicted what you did. That was already written. So you see, that's how predictable you are. You're extremely outmatched.
Could I ask you a question, since without you doing the Andrew Tate?
Well, of course you're going to ask me a question. Okay. I already predicted that. Before you go on, I just want to confirm if you'll admit. I just want to see if you're an honest man. Will you admit that I predicted what you were going to do? I asked you a simple question. Instead of answering it, you asked me questions, which was what I had written before the conversation started.
You asked a leading question and then predicted. You knew you were going to ask that question. You knew the result of that. So
I knew the result would be that you would lie. I mean, you could have just simply said yes. Yes, I'm a white Jew. If you ask me, Marquette, are you a black man?
For the question, yes. And you wanted that answer. So again, are we going to have an honest conversation here? Or?
Well, it's hard to have an honest conversation if you will persist in your lies. You are a white European.
Again, so first and foremost, if you want to say I'm not a real Jew, I'm not from Israel, my family is Moroccan, going as far back as the diaspora, as far back as you want to believe. So by your own account, you'd be wrong. If anything, I'd be just as Moroccan as any other Moroccan. So if you're
Moroccan, and we can break down that history too, and shout out to the Moroccans. I've been to Morocco probably more times than you. I've been there 13 times. How many times have you been to Morocco?
More than me. Go ahead.
Yeah, more than you, right. So I've also researched it quite a bit. So you probably don't want to go down that path, right? Moroccans, what language do they speak? 2 languages. Give me 2.
They speak French and Spanish.
French and Spanish, extraordinary. Most people would have said Arabic and Berber. You're ridiculous. That's how European you are. That's how European you are. I said, what language do Moroccans speak? You said French and Spanish. The primary language is what, young man?
It's Arabic and Berber, but we're saying
Thank you.
Day.
So you go to the European languages. You prove my point. It's child's play here.
So again,
carry on. I'll let you speak.
Again, you asked the question, which you knew was a leading question. You asked, am I a white Jew? And I said, ethnically, I'm Jewish. That's its own identity. If
Ethnicity and race are 2 different things. Ethnicity is the shared culture and history. Race is the biological reality. For example, I can be a black American, a foundational black American, and we have a particular history which would be different from, say, an Ethiopian or a Nigerian. They're different ethnicities. However, all 3 of us would fit into the category of Negroid or black. You see, so you don't even understand the simple distinction between ethnicity and race, yet you'd be so arrogant to come on here and try to have a debate.
Is Israel majority European?
The leadership of Israel
is... yes or no. Is Israel majority
leadership
European?
of Israel
Notice how you're trying to stop me and give context?
If you'd calm yourself down. If you just calm yourself down.
I have never been calmer.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I've never been.
The only reason that I have to state it, because when you say Israel, you guys have Israel in the Bible. You have Israel that you stole from Palestine.
Who knew?
So I just need to be clear. So I'm answering your question, and I will give you a yes or no if you just calm down.
No, I want a yes or no. I'm engaging.
I'd appreciate
with you.
it if you just calm down. I'd appreciate it if you just calm down. I'm going to answer your question.
I've never been calmer. You're not talking to one of the OnlyFans girls.
You would have to just stop talking.
Successful friend.
It's actually a Jew who runs OnlyFans, and if we could stop using that word, it'd be good for the stream. But
I'm going to write that down, because without even knowing, I'm willing to bet that's also wrong.
As well. Yes.
I'm willing to bet there's a Jew in a VC that owns a parent company that's somehow tied to OnlyFans. But go on.
Right. Yeah. Escape blame. But
escape blame again. You're not a very smart guy.
But with regards to Israel, the leadership is overwhelmingly European, including your Bibi Netanyahu, who is from Europe and changed his name.
Leadership, or did you say that the country is majority European?
You've lost your arguments, and now you're just going to ad hominem. What was your argument? What was your argument?
Very simple. Yes or no? Is majority of Israel European? Yes or no?
All of the people who took over Israel are Europeans. The people who are controlling your government, the people who are controlling your government are Europeans. Now go on with your argument. You're emotional.
So
you Jews get mad when we expose you. And because you think that you're God's chosen people, you just can't contain yourself. That's why you guys jump out. I never get more DMs than when I mention Jews. It's because you guys think that you're superior and you want to force this idea. You guys are the world's biggest liars and no one believes you. You guys are starting World War III and we don't want to send our children. We don't respect you guys because you guys are wicked.
I'm offering right now on Marquette's live
I told you my name is pronounced Marquette. That's why you couldn't complete a university degree. You got into university and you dropped out because you lack intelligence. But you are excessive with arrogance. You lack intelligence, you're excessive with arrogance.
$1,000, which is,
you don't have $1,000
this entire month.
You don't have $1,000. Look at your background. You don't have $1,000.
Now, Marquette, do you want to continue the conversation? Honestly,
again, I'm going to tell you one last time. My name is pronounced Marquette. I clarified it at the very beginning. You're so bright, you can't catch on to the pronunciation of something. Don't you speak multiple languages? What languages do you speak?
I'm just unintellectual. So now let's go back to the.
You mean unintelligent would be the word, not unintellectual. It's unintelligent. Moreover, what languages do you speak?
Now you want to continue the conversation?
Real quick, though, I'm curious about you. What languages do you speak?
French, Hebrew, English.
So you speak French, Hebrew,
not as well.
And English. Okay. French, Hebrew, English. You said you're Moroccan. You don't speak any Arabic?
I don't.
So you're Moroccan, but you don't speak Arabic.
I didn't grow up.
You didn't grow up there. Did you grow up in Israel?
The red herrings.
Did you grow up in Israel?
Every accusation.
Did you grow up in Israel?
Every accusation is a.
Did you grow up in Israel?
Call me. I didn't.
Why are you so tight? Like, why don't you want to be open? Listen, I'll answer the question. I asked you, did you grow up in Israel? Ask me, did I grow up in Israel? No. Did I grow up in Africa? No. I grew up in America. Where'd you grow up?
Again, Marquette, do you want to go back to the conversation?
It's Marquette. Why are you having so many troubles there? What's wrong with you?
Stupid me.
What's wrong with you? It's Marquette. Give it one practice. Try it one time. Marquette.
Marquette, you're right.
There we go. All right.
You made a claim. I'm just going to point out that all Jews, and this is what I've seen you do consistently, all Jews are European.
No, let me clarify then. When I say that, I just want to clarify so you know what I mean. The so-called Jew who is controlling the state of Israel, those are Europeans. That's what I'm saying. I'm essentially stating that they are not a Semitic people who originate in the Middle East. They're European, just like your current prime minister, who's changed his name from something sounding more Polish, more Eastern European. And if you track the history of a lot of people in that administration, they all changed their names to sound more Hebrew. Is that true? Is it true?
Absolutely.
It is true, exactly, because they're Europeans masquerading. Now go ahead.
Okay. So notice two things that just happened here. You made a claim that was factually incorrect. Contrary to how this conversation's been going, which I'd like to scale down, I'd like to have an open, honest conversation. I let you clarify your statement and add context to it, which, by the way, completely changed what you were saying. Now, generally speaking,
it's because you were watching clips instead of the full YouTube video.
I let you talk.
No, but be clear. You're taking an Instagram clip, and you're trying to project my perspective. That's foolish. You took a slice of a 3-hour conversation, so really it's not that I didn't clarify, it's that you didn't do your research. So be clear on that. Did you watch the 3-hour conversation? Yes or no? Be honest. Did you watch the 3-hour conversation?
Marquette.
I'm asking you, did you watch the 3-hour conversation?
Absolutely not. But was that what
Absolutely not. So that's my point. So don't misrepresent my position and say I needed to clarify it. It's not that I needed to clarify, it's that you didn't do your research, and that's why you misrepresented me.
Sold freaking 4,000 copies in her first week for her new EP because of the disrespect she displayed towards Black American people. To everyone in the diaspora that keeps disrespecting Black Americans, what have we learned from this? What have we learned from this? I'll tell you, nothing moves and nothing shakes without Black Americans. This is coming from a Haitian American man. Nothing moves or shakes without Black Americans. Nothing. How you go from having one of the best songs of the decade and Water, and you got an EP that came out and only sold 4,000 first week, and you got financial backing and all that. Please,
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. It's Ndagre here. Thanks for clicking on today's video. Tyler. I don't know how many videos I've made about Tyler because I mean, there's always something that is going on when it comes to Tyler in the US, and her album was launched and it only sold 3.7k something, copies. That's what was sold. And a lot of, our brothers and sisters, especially from America, are coming out, Black Americans, and they're like, hey, we told you in the beginning that if you want to sell yourself in the market of the American market, you need to first.
All right, we're gonna give. Hey, he said, please no, man. We're gonna be a real. We ain't timing nobody else out. Hey, he's giving you a warning, bro. Stop this shit. Don't do that shit no more, gang. Please, don't do that shit no more. Don't do that shit no more. We're gonna give you a pass, bro. All right, y'all. So basically, what I'm hearing is this Shay got into it with Brooklyn. Not Sweet Brooklyn. Don't do that to Sweet Brooklyn. But let's see. What the hell happened?
Oh, open for us all night? He real for this. Watch this. No, we're not even gonna do that. Oh, WK. Wait, hold on. I don't see it. Oh, W25. That was you, kid? Oh my gosh. W25, get the key. W key. W key. Chat, what y'all want to hear? I do. Thank you. You look pretty too. What do y'all want to hear? What do y'all want to hear? Oh. Friends in a bed. She said, stop it.
What's up? It's gonna be scripted, bro. The 7 fears is not gonna be scripted, bro. It's fears. Like, if I do a fear, how am I fake a fear? No Don Julio cereal.
This is
another season 2, Joe. Season 4. That should be good. Yo, Platinum, big for that sub. Man, bro. Niggas finna say CGI. Bro, that ass. Niggas finna say all different type of shit. Niggas say all different type of shit when it comes to me. 3:30 in the morning. Shall we pulling out?
Actually, no, your birthday is right here. When's your birthday? No, but it's the 29th, right? 28. Oh, she was right.
Can I get by your shit too?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The Shay be pissing me off when he go out to eat with me so bad, bro. That nigga be pissing me off. Like, if you not, like, this real if you like this mama, if you like this sister, or anybody around him, like, that works for his family, that just eat off your plate. He just eat off your plate. Do you see this? Bro, no, not, bro. If I got a Philly cheesesteak and I got a fry, you bet not touch the plate that come on, gang. Or I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of you. I'm gonna beat the dog shit out of you. So the Shay be grabbing. Look, nigga, don't come in no restaurant grabbing my food. Nigga, this Shay got more money than everybody in here. And be grabbing food. Look at this. Look how scary this cameraman look. fat chin ass. Big chin. Look, what is this called right here? This is a chin. Get your swole chin ass on. You should have hit that with the side of your goddamn chin letting this ask you for the food. I would have took half my chin off, hit that in the temple and knocked that out until I got done with my food. Get your fat chin ass and say something. Chin ass. Male looking ass. Hot dog contest eating ass. Swole. The fact that this is using the same fork in everybody's plate, bro, listen. John Morant and Rod Wave back there would have had to call the FBI on 2 separate phones to get me off the Shay ass. Why the f is you putting a fork that you put in other plate and putting it in your mouth, bro? And then dipping it in my shit? Fuck wrong with this? And why the f did Rod Wave cut his sides off? And John Morant, get your whole ass back in the gym. What's wrong with you? Why is you out to eat and there's championships to be made, MVPs to be made? Fuck wrong with you?
I appreciate you. You're coming taking everybody's food.
Hey. Where we go? Let me get it. I know. What's that?
But when we joke, you get your mod on us because you scary. You are typing from, I don't know who the f you are. I don't know you, nigga. Why the f would I want to read some shit from his phone? I'm Maya. Where the f your weak ass name is? Why your mama ain't give you a regular name? What's wrong with you? Why the f would I let you sit here and say what you want to say? You can eat my whole. What's wrong with you? What your mods want to say? Is that me? Do you be hearing me tell my mods that? They know what we rock with and what we don't. Sometimes I want to read this.
this whole thing.
You even think of apologizing?
No! I ain't seen none yet. But you know who I'm looking for. Stop by the hotel later.
All right, I got you.
Oh my God. You wanna eat? Oh yeah, bro, you can't eat. You know you can't eat, nigga. You know you can't eat. You know. I'm sorry. Huh? I'm sorry. You know you can't eat. You already trying to eat. This right here, but someone who can make favorites makes some. Oh. No food on the job. Yeah, that shit. What that is right there?
Oh, that's.
What's that? Oh, you been drinking? Now you can legally drink. You lit.
No, that's not. I'm not lit.
What's that right there?
What?
Why the f is they letting this girl drink alcohol at 20 years old? It's not even her birthday. Her birthday is on the 17th. That don't even make sense. Why the f would y'all let this girl drink?
Call ever just stays simple or does it get messy at some point. And I'm gonna tell you when a booty call gets messy. Is when you start feeding them.
Come on, Rico.
But Louis or Rico, Hondo, have you ever paid for pussy ever?
Of course.
My nigga.
I paid
like that.
I paid like how much do you cost?
No, not like
Where were
that.
you at?
That's a prostitute.
That is a little bit.
Not
What
like
country
that.
were you in?
Not
I
like
thought
that.
that's what I meant when I hear pay for pussy. How much do you cost?
What's the indicator in that conversation that she won't be fed? Like, what do you?
The booty call. We gotta get off the food. So look.
No,
That's what holding the motherfucker.
Wait, no, real talk.
You gotta get off the food. You're blending two different situations.
No,
for
I'm not.
sure.
Let me be clear. Let me be clear, because maybe I'm not, right? You saying you put in all this effort. The conversation topic is booty calls, so that's where I'm at with it. But my thing is, you saying you done had intellectual conversations an hour and a half. You might have led her to believe this is a decent guy, and decent men.
He is a decent guy.
Decent men ain't giving you dick and not giving you a bite after.
No, but what I'm saying is,
what if you just want that?
The point of sorry, I'm so
I just want to clarify.
Yes, please go ahead. Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
the point that we're saying is that there's two different types of women that get two different types of treatment, right? When I said I haven't gone on a date with a girl before having sex, that wasn't the booty call. The booty calls never get a date.
Ever.
But the girl that I might be interested in, I'm gonna invest time in talking to her to learning how her mind is, and just that conversation alone would develop some type of. We already attracted to each other. Now it's gonna develop comfort. It's gonna develop some type of understanding, and then at that point we're gonna meet. And when we meet, we're gonna have sex. After we have sex, then we go on dates. So there's two different situations.
But I don't understand.
Do you possibly not care about that girl? You said, of course not.
Right.
No. You just asked me if I had feelings for her.
After talking to her for weeks, morning.
No, feelings and courtesy is different.
Courtesy.
I'm courteous.
That's a really great point.
But I'm not.
That's a really great point.
Yep.
That's a really great
But
point. I
if
need
you- but I
so
think you
much
can-
emphasis on that. I need so much emphasis on that. He says there's a big difference between feelings and courtesy. Ladies, you guys need to stop confusing their courtesy with their feelings. They're just being polite.
They have to stop confusing their
No,
courtesy.
we have to, because they
But
can't be
have-
trusted.
They have to, no,
they cannot be trusted.
Obviously, but
they
we
cannot be
you
trusted.
can't say you texting a girl good
bitches
morning.
need to be
good morning, my
courteous.
beautiful love goddess.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
think
a
you're
good one.
gorgeous.
You bitches
and
need
you're
to be
beautiful. And he
courteous
said
right back
that's a
to
good
That's a
one.
good one. I like that one.
That's not courteous. Being courteous is hey, you I might have had a flat tire at lunch and you came to help me out. But you texting me and making me believe that you are feeling me in a way emotionally that I am feeling you. I'm trying to. I'm sorry. if
They're
you don't
not to
agree
be
with it.
trusted.
Well,
I don't believe that.
They're not
No
to be
one
I will
does.
say
trusted.
this. I will say this.
They're
I
not
think
to be
that if he,
trusted.
one thing I have learned is not even just if he said it. If he hasn't said it, that's also something that you have to pay attention to, because you can't form your own generalization about what their feelings are. If they have not verbalized it, then don't.
And even
I
when they do
feel like he might.
verbalize it, do not believe them.
And that's the thing. But we always got to understand that some women.
That's the weirdo.
But we always got to remember that some women just want to have a good time too. So you
Yeah,
can't
that's
just knock
true.
those
Yeah, that's
off. You
true.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
there is women that just want to have a
But
good
that
time
goes
with a guy
back
they're
to the
attracted
statement
to.
you said earlier, because what she made the point about having a clear communication about what
Right.
y'all doing, you was like, nah,
I
I
mean,
ain't gotta
yeah,
do all of
that's
that.
unnecessary, though.
But what you just
Obviously
said
it's
is
not.
necessary
Right.
because in order for me and you to understand that we just and I don't expect nothing else, you don't expect nothing else, you got good dick, my be hit, my head hit, you slobbing, you know.
Mhm.
Then that's the understanding, but that understanding isn't accomplished without a conversation. So what I'm saying is, if I'm with I don't give a we talking, or we were just a booty call,
Mhm.
I'm gonna make sure it's clear and known
Right.
that I expect to be treated a certain way.
Right.
If that treatment is not on your list or what you gonna get with, then you can
You should go your
kindly
separate ways.
Yeah.
It's been times when girls come at that like, okay, what are we gonna be serious? And you would tell them like, no, I ain't on that. I'm just living life, having fun. You would tell
And I
them. You know
think
what I'm
that's a
saying?
big mistake for a woman to even ask a man.
Agreed.
Because and they're gonna do it regardless. But I think that when a man feels away,
he shows
his
it.
actions are going to show. You're not even
That's
gonna
true.
have to ask him. And text good morning every day and good night baby are not it.
It's not it.
That's not it, because I'm gonna tell you that I know for a fact that they will text multiple women the same messages.
Yeah, little group
You're not
text.
special. Men think about sex so
how
many
you do it.
times throughout the day. Every time he messages you is because the thought of sex is passing his mind. It's not because you're special. You need actions. Ouch. You need actions to show you what he's feeling. And then you need consistency with those actions. Women, you
100%.
have to stop having sex with these men and you have to stop believing them. You have to. Else we can't feel sorry for them no more.
Nah,
you can't.
Some
And-
women
and
just
to your
deserve
point-
that. There's some women that do and some don't. You know what I mean?
I'll say
Every
this,
woman
to
does
your
deserve all the.
point, it's also, like you said, actions have to be congruent with the words or whatever that, like, so I 1000%, my grandfather always said, never believe what a man says, only what he does. But what I
Which
will
is
say
still a
is
lie.
she's right about
Yeah, he was
and-
lying. He was running
He's
game
still
on you.
alive.
Hold on.
They'll do the most
Let me
just for
finish my
nothing.
statement.
That nigga was running game too.
Let me
Shout out to
finish
him.
my statement. Let me finish my statement.
Lock him up, huh? You
Because
ready?
at the end of the day, something Ross said that's kind of going over the heads that I want to surface to the top is that there's a consistency. At the end of the day, a liar always reveals that they're a liar if you sit around and watch long enough. So at the end of the day, you eventually putting up this act is going to get a little tiring for you, for someone who's just a
Yeah.
But I will say I agree with that. Like, if I'm being honest, that same night that I referenced, we had sex, whatever the case is, I mentioned casually in a conversation that my hip was hurting because I'm curvy. And if I don't sleep and turn my position or have like a pillow between my legs, I wake up a little bit sometimes feeling it. And that day I was laying down, and before he left to go to work, he slid a pillow between my legs because I fell asleep without one. Right now, it might not seem that significant, it is. But at the end of the day, that was a small detail.
It is.
Such a goat.
That could have been
Right.
game too.
That's game by
We're still here.
talking
Rico,
about?
Rico, we're here 2 years later. It's not game.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not
you got
y'all-
lucky. You
No,
got lucky.
no, I didn't get lucky. I'm
You got
no,
lucky.
organic. See, y'all be
Because I done
standing
did all
there
type of
listening
shit
to
like that before,
respond.
too.
No.
Y'all so quick to listen
Yeah,
to
'cause you're a
respond.
freaking predator.
I want you to
Yeah, top
understand
level.
the key word, because y'all
That's
miss
one of my
these.
favorite movies.
Hold on, organic, because y'all missed the key words is consistency. So my thing is, just because he did one action doesn't mean that I'm swallowing up everything. But if you are consistently demonstrating certain actions that are a direct evidence of your care for me, then that is when we have a track record. A lot of girls give it up before they have a track record, or at the end of the day, if I'm in a situation where I just want to and that's what I'm in it for. Women don't think that we don't think about sex just
Of course
as much
you
too.
do.
But what I'm saying is, like Ross said, consistency is gonna really fucking show it. Over time,
And
you're
after
gonna-
he slept with her, he didn't have to slide the pillow.
He did.
could have just left.
He could have just
Yeah,
left.
that was
But
the
like-
And you
game.
wouldn't have
But-
even, if you think about it, that was, if he wouldn't have slid the pillow, that wouldn't have meant that he cared any less.
Right.
But,
But
the fact
because
that he
he
did
did.
slide the
Extra
pillow
labor.
showed how much
Now-
he was
And how he
listening
was
to what
paying
she
attention
said.
to when I said it in an
Yes.
insignificant conversation. I just randomly said my hip is hurting.
Mm-hmm.
He's just listen. Any good man, and by good, I don't mean like treat women good. I mean good as in the ability to get women.
Right.
Pays attention to the details.
Of course.
That's the one thing that deciphers a good hunter and a weak one.
For sure.
So wait, hold on. So when we pay attention to the details, y'all gotta understand our process of deciding whether or not we're gonna be with you is entirely different than y'all's. So I might talk to you for 2-3 weeks. You might tell me that your hip hurts if you sleep a certain way, and then I actually am now starting to like you. So now I'm starting to actually do those little things that you said.
That's my point.
But wait. I said I'm starting to like you. I haven't committed myself to liking
And neither
you.
have I.
Okay, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about a man right now, right?
Right.
So because of that, like you can actually, that's why a lot of times girls will be like, don't act like you my boyfriend and then don't want to be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Well, something happened in this process that when I was courting you and trying to vet you, where I decided that this doesn't fit for me, but I thought I could. So like a man will go throughout the whole journey of getting to know a woman because he believes it could be the one that he's going to actually keep. Then he'll go to the point of paying attention to the details so then that way he can implement what he can do for her. And then at some point she's doing something consistently, or maybe she did something one time that just turned them off, right? So like and then it looks like we ghosted you. It looks like we are lying. It looks like we pulled the mask off. But a lot of times, like, you really ruined it for yourself with that man, and you don't even know what you did because he doesn't care to actually communicate it.
Why can't we communicate it?
Well, who, him?
Yeah.
Because at that point in time, he's like, it's a waste of time. Like, you got, like, a smart man understands,
the time.
like, there's nothing that you guys can rebound here. But if he decides, once a man pulls a plug, he pulls a plug.
That's fine. Pull the plug, that's fine. What's so hard about communicating that you're pulling said plug, opposed to you just ghosting somebody as a man? Like, what's so hard about communicating as a man?
Well, I'm gonna say communicating in this conversational piece is what I'm understanding is to actually list what's the reason. Right? Not communicating, saying, hey, this is not going to work out for me or whatever the case. It's just listing what's going on.
No. The second one is absolutely fine too.
Okay, right. Well, yeah, he might.
But sometimes when we hear about these ghosting stories with people dating and then suddenly, you know, no one's talking to each other anymore and people just left out hanging whatever. Like, what's so hard about just saying, hey, you know what, this really ain't my cup of tea no more.
I'm
really
don't care. It's like, that's too much effort to list all these, you know,
but
different
it wasn't too much effort to be texting me every day. It wasn't too much effort
the contradiction in
to be fucking me. It wasn't too much effort to be dating.
Cash, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, we just don't
what
care.
do you take from the statement? They just don't care.
That's what it boils down
What do
to.
you take from that? What is that? What did I say last week's episode?
That what? That they ain't shit.
That what?
No, it is
that
true
what?
that she said they ain't. But you
so
know,
what we need to understand
Choose wisely,
is that you need to come together
Use your
and you need to let that set in. Even when you're madly in love, even when you are looking at this person saying they're this and they're that and they've been great, just know that the core of them is that they ain't.
You know what's so funny about that, Rob?
Okay,
my man
just
will
know.
say that.
Could it be that Josh shot yourself in the foot?
Hold on now, Rico.
by picking a guy that's not,
Hold on now,
don't
Rico.
say that you shouldn't be fucking
Should we all sing a song so we
Why
can
is he not?
respect the mic?
But why is I'm so
Because
sorry.
he just
Yes,
said
okay,
he
and
can
I'm gonna call
apply
you on it,
the
my
effort.
girl. I love you, but
He can
you know,
apply
she
the
asked me a
effort to bamboozle her, but he can't apply the effort to have a conversation with her, to be on the same page, to have an understanding.
Yeah.
Which takes far less effort than the latter, because this is crazy. Y'all got to stop acting like y'all don't know that too. So when a girl has a little bit of a crash out on your and then you dealing with all that stuff later, then you quick to be like she was 7:30 and da-da-da.
Most time you already know that though. You sign up for that.
Sometimes you do, but people have real strong
Well,
representatives.
You can tell.
But a little bit, because everybody got a little crazy and y'all like it. But to Rod's point, I'll tell you the truth. My man has directly said that he calls himself a villain. He calls himself an asshole, and he chooses not to be that way with me. Absolutely. So you're 100% right about that, because at his core, a lot of that you don't give a about is evident. So it is a choice. It is a choice.
So now I'm glad that we're having a coming to Jesus moment.
I still gonna come at you though.
The root cause of this. You just told me that your man today is a said villain or was a said villain, and he's choosing consistently, daily, not to be that with you, which means it's you that is providing reason for him not to be what he is.
Correct.
So what I'm saying is when a man does that and he pulls that plug, it's because that woman has demonstrated that something that is no longer valuable to him or something that he does not like or align with.
I don't disagree with you, Rico. I think the problem that I'm having with the conversation is y'all started going into a man and showing his love and his commitment and his consistency, all these things, right? Hold on. Feelings. Let's use the word feelings, because that's what we spoke about. Let me say this. You said courtesy versus feelings, but my point is, if we're going back to the original topic that started all of this, that spun out of control, because my ADHD was working real good just a little while ago. I made a statement to Organic that you responded to that took us down this rabbit hole. And when he was speaking, he directly said he don't think communication is necessary in a booty call. because she had said, why can't we just have some clarity about it, right? And understand what we're doing. He said that's not necessary. I said, absolutely. Even if it's a booty call, we should at least understand what we're expecting about this encounter or not. You jumped in, right? And that's when you started getting into the relationship dynamics of the conversation. That's never where we were.
Actually, that's not.
I like people like you. You bring that whole conversation back. Like, no, actually, what you said was.
The problem is none of that actually happened in sequential order, and we have the tapes to prove it. So I will say, as a good friend of Cash, let's not go with that narrative because it's completely incorrect.
Thank you,
would
Rico.
like, I could break down the sequential order.
Break it down for it, brother.
Well, let's continue here, right? Because we can do that. And again, we all friends. This on the contrary, y'all.
We
here to
like, that's
contradict.
actually not
right?
how it happened. But go ahead.
No, because y'all were a little bit. The tensions were high. Y'all was broing. Y'all was right? So y'all
shook each other's hands.
Y'all got right. Y'all didn't necessarily high five, but because she's in the middle. But yeah,
that was the energy.
At that point when y'all did it, Brandy said, "I need a new seat." Right? Did you hear what she said? That if the mic can run it back in case y'all need to. It's recorded, my friend. So what I'm saying to you is,
her, not us?
no, I was listening to everybody. See, that's what you
audience
gotta, right?
Too.
Exactly. You got to know how ADHD brain work. Meaning, I could process a lot of information at one time.
Or
So
mix
what
it
I'm
up.
saying is, while I was watching y'all have y'all bro moment, I heard her say, "I need a new seat" because of how hard y'all was going at it. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying, Rico, you're not wrong about the relationship aspect, but the original conversation was about booty calls. So
Yes.
we're still on a rabbit hole about what a man does when he's in love. This is a conversation about is we fuck it or not.
Yeah,
So-
that's where we at.
No, so all right, yes. So the conversation again to revisit for you and everybody else, we were going off of when I said I have not been on a date prior to having sex, and then I completely made sure we were all in understanding that there's two different types of scenarios for two different types of women that have two different types of trajectories from a man. Now, if you got lost in the context,
No,
I
I
can
didn't.
understand.
I didn't.
Now, a booty call does not actually do or have the same trajectory that we're talking about right now. So just so you can be clear on everything going forward, no, she doesn't deserve communication.
Doesn't.
The booty call does not deserve it. She comes here, she gets called to have sex, and then she goes home.
Yeah.
Okay, if that clears that up.
For clarity.
Not
for
even
clarity.
a peanut butter and jelly
because,
sandwich?
Because
No,
to
this
be
in the
honest
house.
with you, Rico, I wasn't lost at all. And I understand where you're saying the separation, but the original communication conversation is where we started. So now that we're back there, I'm happy we are. Because you don't feel that communication is necessary. Me even texting you to come over at 1 a.m. is a communication. I don't know if we can all agree that that's a form of communication.
Bare minimum.
And yeah, bare minimum. That's how you feel, right? This is a conversation for all of us to understand our viewpoints around booty calls. So I said, I think at minimum, a communication to understand. If I'm expecting a meal and you're not looking to offer one, let's know that up front. So we don't have to waste each other's time.
I mean, if that conversation comes up, it could be easily, you know what I'm saying,
right.
communicated, but most time it doesn't. And most of these situations, like, most of them are just quick and fast. It's not really more detailed to that. It's rarely that I've been in a booty call situation when a woman be like, okay, I'm trying to figure out where we are. It's already understood.
Oh, no,
it's
not
very
where we
rare.
are.
You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that it goes to that transition because they know the guy I am. I'm up front. Everybody see me on social media. I've been doing this shit for 8 years. So nothing about me is hidden.
So you won't feed
yeah,
your
I'm not
booty
the
call.
R word to nobody because they know who organic is. You know what I'm saying? It's out here in the world. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And that's how they're attracted to me, of my realness.
Listen, I'm sorry that me saying that, you know, I view predators of all kinds in the same type of way was triggering to you.
Yeah, I don't
But
like that.
maybe you should sit with yourself and dissect what is it about what I said that triggered you.
It don't trigger nothing
and
on
maybe
me.
you
It's
could
all
be
the
a better
guys in the
person.
world. I don't want these
maybe
guys
you
walking
can be a
around
better
and feeling
person
like
tomorrow.
I'm a great
I
person.
want every guy that's walking around pretending to be somebody
Hey,
they're
I
not.
don't know what happened to
that's
you in your
getting
life. You had a sneaky
coochie.
uncle or something, did something
I
to you
didn't have
that
a
got
sneaky
nothing to do
uncle,
with
and
me.
what we're not going to
You know
do
what
is
I'm saying?
throw people's
I'm just
triggers
saying.
and molestations
I'm just
into their
helping you
face.
understand that got nothing to do with me.
It's not that.
Ain't nothing to do
What
with me.
happens is, if you have to put on a representative
Yeah, you got to.
sleep with somebody,
You got to sometimes.
you are a piece of
Yeah, you could be that. That's fine.
Period.
You can say that, but don't say the other one. We
I
okay
can
with
actually
that.
say whatever the I want to because I'm a
hey,
grown
God
ass
bless
woman.
You. And you
Amen.
can. You know what I'm saying? Deal with what you got to deal with. I
Detroit
don't.
in
Ain't
this
nothing I do. I live my life free. You know what I'm saying? You don't. I ain't nothing holding me back.
don't?
You don't.
What?
You know what I'm saying? You triggered because you know you fell for guys giving you some little finagle and you got tricked. That's on your business. Step your
I'm
game
triggered.
up.
You're the ones who talking about it 30 minutes later, my guy.
I'm listening to conversation. It's a conversation.
I would also
so whatever happened to
say-
you, that's something you gotta do.
I would
and
also
I don't.
say that how y'all handle booty calls are also not to me a reflection of how every man does.
That's a fact.
So I hear what y'all are saying because I've
at the
had
top with it.
plenty of instances with guys who were repeated booty
Boom.
calls. We had communication, we had understanding, and when the situation was no longer was going to work for both of us, we were clear about that,
Yeah.
and we was able to sever ties, going about our ways, and enjoy the time that we each other.
So you had booty calls with decent human beings.
That's what I'm saying.
That sounds great.
Cash, my question for you is, what's the difference between a booty call and a sneaky link? And did your situation with that man kind of have a blend of both, or was it strictly on one side of the
It was
thing?
strictly on one side because here's what you have to understand. There's an assumption that all women are having booty calls and they're going to catch feelings, but some women are at a place of knowing that they're emotionally unavailable, right? At that time, I was not looking for an emotional attachment. I was looking for an itch to be scratched because coming keeps me happy with my children. That's quite frankly.
We'd like to be happy around
Yeah.
us.
You know, I
Cash out
just,
the bag.
if I'm being honest, them little trying my patience all day. So if I nut it, I'm in a better mood. Hey, baby, what do you want for dinner tonight? You can have grilled cheese. You can have chicken nuggets. You can have beef stroganoff if you want. If I just nutted last night.
If I just had
So
a-
I'm just being straight. You know what I'm saying?
Is that how the toy line came about?
That's how. Listen, and I'm gonna be in the kitchen cooking with a panty vibrator and listening to Baby Shark
Damn.
vibrate my. Do 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 do.
You're dripping all down the leg.
Dripping down the leg.
It's in a couple days, my Pisces.
I want to ask you guys a question while we're on this topic. Okay, it's really interesting. I want to run this play. Why do you guys think, right, that women choose to tolerate this type of behavior and worse from men, but when they have friendships and a woman does something they don't like,
They're cut off.
they're so disposable? Why?
Are you asking the guys?
I think,
or the girls?
Everybody talk
I
about
think
it.
women hold their friends to higher standards than they do their mates and their spouses. Like with a friendship, I should be able to be myself 100%. And you should be able to be yourself with your spouse too. But your girl, like you could tell your girl your deepest and your darkest secrets. But I do think in that same breath that girls are too quick to cut their friends off for those violations because a lot of us don't know how to communicate. I think that women don't make the best friends, especially to one another. I think that sometimes, in my experience, especially when it comes to female friendships, especially if you're a person that's constantly elevating and trying to be your best self and the better version of yourself, if you don't have women around you that's like that, that's growing and leveling up too, animosity, jealousy, and things like that's going to come about. Now, when it comes to why do they date people that they don't necessarily have a future with, and why they give themselves to people they don't have a future with?
No, why would they tolerate it? So, like, let's say me and you are we best friends or we're homegirls, whatever.
Right.
We get into an argument about why you didn't drop off whatever. I asked you to drop it off, whatever. Something, whatever. You'll be like, I ain't with that no more. She got me up. But your nigga could cheat on you over and over again, and you cry and get back with him.
A lack of
Why is the
I think
toleration level so
in real
different?
life communication. I
Okay.
think that a lot of women just don't know how to communicate with their other female friends. But when it comes to a man hurting their feelings or, you know, doing something to them to violate or whatever, it's almost expected. We live in a misogynistic society that teaches us. How many aunties you done had conversations with? The first thing they gonna tell you is, oh, all men cheat. As long as he paying your bills and he coming home, baby, you good. All the OGs tell us like that. So this society has already set us up to expect a certain level of failure when it comes to our relationships. Not with our friendships, though. You look up, friendships have been presented as perfection. The Golden Girls, even with like shows like Moesha,
yeah.
she was a bad friend, like a mug, but her friend still stood beside her. You see, when you look at what especially our community is shown when it comes to love, it's constantly struggle. Look at Baby Boy. That movie is played on BET every freaking Saturday a month since I was 12 years old. You feel me? We're growing up glorifying the bull crap when it comes to love, but when it comes to actual friendships, we see perfection, but we don't see conflict resolution.
You know,
Wow,
I can
that
see
was an
that.
excellent response,
And you know what I
Brandy.
think too? So there's
Excellent.
emotional intelligence, right? Just awareness, first of all. But I think with the other part of it is the management of expectations. If anything I've noticed is that a lot of times women don't have a good example of what proper love or treatment looks like. But you might see your mom, or especially if you had people around you who weren't in happy relationships, or you didn't have a lot of good examples of that to see, you are figuring out what that's supposed to look like in a relationship as you're going through it. Whereas friendships, like you said, they do model it a lot on TV. I don't give a fuck if you're a Disney kid or whatever. It's like ride or die, X, Y, and Z. So I get that, but I do agree with you, Rod. I feel like if anything, though, I don't think that it's a fair standard. Like my friend and I have constantly had circumstances where we had to come together and be like, in this relationship right here, but we recognize that the value of this friendship outweighs the circumstance, and I don't ever let a temporary emotion cause me long-term friendship. That's the other thing. And
Maturity.
Impulsivity is another fucking thing. Literally, so you in your feelings for 2 seconds, so this bitch who listen to you cry about every nigga that did you wrong is suddenly I can't with you. This bitch who done supported your dreams, listen to you babble on about all the things you want to do, wish you could do, is suddenly bull. But this nigga who wouldn't feed you after he you.
Don't do that.
You want to come over again?
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying y'all, but real talk. These
better come
guys,
back over.
that guy will get more chances.
Hell yeah.
Come back
That
over.
guy,
She know it.
that guy will get more
She better come get these
chances,
blessings.
right? Because you just still baiting onto Cinderella's dreams that he gonna come on.
I might change my mind and take it further, huh?
That nigga gonna show with a glass slipper that happens to fit
Never
you.
gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? But
Brent, and Cash, that was phenomenal.
Hold on, let
what
me
do the guys
let
gotta
me
say?
answer that shit.
Get in there, Lou.
Yeah, what you got, Lou?
Expectations. What you got, Lou? What women expect from their friends versus what they expect from the man is totally different. You see how y'all be like, men ain't that's the expectation going in. So if he ain't you already know he ain't but your girl's supposed to be there to hold you down. You're gonna be like, you shouldn't have done this versus the man, I expected you to do this. To me,
That
that's
don't
the
make it right. That don't
it
make
doesn't
it right.
make it right, but that's
should have the same
to answer the
patience you got for
question.
these niggas.
To answer the question, I feel that's why women accept it from a man versus from their own friend. I've seen it firsthand. Oh, she did this to me. She did this to me. You complain to that girl about this nigga all the time. The nigga do 100 things over, and you still run back to him. As soon as she do that one thing, guess who you run into? The dude.
So it's like you feel like they set the bar higher for the person who's more there for
Y'all
them
say it every day.
than it.
Randy, I just met you. But every week, niggas ain't.
I don't actually say
All right, but
it. Oh, yeah,
we
that's
say
Rob.
it more often
Rob
than not.
says it.
We say it more often than not.
That's Rob.
So if you're
We got
thinking
definitely
that,
3 episodes.
That's my girl, but I don't be saying it.
If you're thinking
I'm raising
that,
3 little at home. I gotta hope they're gonna turn out to be something.
Come on now.
Okay.
Motherfuckers gonna show you who they are off rip. So as soon as you think he's dipping out, oh, he was gonna do it anyway. Versus going in there with a clean slate, clean heart, fresh, and being like, you know what? Maybe this can work. Y'all already thinking that. You know, it took forever for me to make my wife think that I was on a straight and narrow. Forever.
What did you feel like you had to do to get her to actually let that guard down?
Just be consistent. But I was ready to slow the fuck down. Like my brothers here, they're just maybe not at that space. And there's nothing against them. Me,
Right.
at the time in my life, I just was ready to settle down. I
It's
wanted to
everything
slow my
against
shit
them
down.
niggas.
Say it again.
Said with love.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding
It
a little
is
bit.
what it is. Sometimes gotta happen in a man's life. I just had other things going on. I had 3 children. You know, I wanted to go back to school. There were certain things I wanted to do, and I feel like I needed that level of support. And I was like, you know what? To get that, right, I needed to become something that maybe I wasn't ready to become, or demonstrate that to the bare minimum. And I did that. And here we are.
I think that I'm not gonna say I think, I know I have never met a woman who had great friends and was in a bad relationship, ever.
That's
Usually,
interesting.
all those friends that she has are terrible friends, or either contradictful friends, or her and them are not, they don't even respect each other's discernment or decision making. Every woman that I met that had a good, solid friend group that was filled with good women
Ain't had no
had
man.
good relationships.
Oh.
They had a good relationship, and they would not, because I think that your friends are really a reflection of you. And sometimes people don't want to accept that their friend is a terrible person because they make excuses because they love their friend. But now your friend is a terrible person, and although you might change, that terrible person is still inside you too. And maybe every so often, it could be once a year, it could be once every 5 years, but you become that old person because that terrible friend of yours is reminding you. Now you still have that in you, so you can't even navigate a real relationship because you're still having battles within yourself, within your friendship. When you have a good friendship, whether you're a guy or a girl, you're gonna have a good, home life, whether it be single or not, right?
Rico, it's so. First of all, this is a good point, right? And I think it can be true. But as you were saying that, it made me think about a friend of mine who I think is like the total flip of that, right? Whereas she had a strong circle of people around her who were constantly trying to lift her up, but because she never actually dealt with her past traumas, her own issues with abandonment and all those types of things, our advice fell on deaf ears. So even though we were trying to tell her you deserve better than this, your personality's dope, you just kind of person that just want to absorb your energy, she still kept falling victim to the same type of dude, because at the end of the day, he made her feel good in a different way that we never could.
I think it's exceptions to every rule
Yeah.
for sure. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
think what he's saying is
He's got
the
a good
overall
point.
rule
But what
of if you understand how to balance, balancing relationships and showing up properly in a relationship, that can go romantic wise, that can go friendship wise, that can go family ship wise or whatever. So somebody that knows how to balance proper friendship,
Your call
more
has
than
been
likely
forwarded.
know how to show up properly in a romantic relationship as well.
Correct.
Yeah, but what I'm actually saying is a little bit more to it, right? It's that plus the fact that their friends, and I'm not saying you specifically.
No, I'm listening.
But 9 times out of 10, their friends are telling them not to do something that they did. So it's like, one thing I learned about women is if I say, hey, don't do something and I'm doing it, she's going to be like, well, you do it too. So she's never going to really fully listen or be receptive to what I'm telling her to do, not to do it in this case. Same thing goes with the friend. The friend that she's saying, hey, don't tolerate being cheated on, but that friend that got cheated on for 6 years, right? So in her mind, she's like, my situation could be different and you went through it, so I'm going to go through it too. A lot of times it's always the contradictory friendships that they have that also emulate and be a direct reflection of the relationship that she's in.
Or she could have tripped over a crack and said, watch your step. Because I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone did go through that type of relationship for 6 years, then I would like to say that they're an expert to a degree in what that looks like. So now she's saying, listen, I was where you were. I did that, and I made that mistake for a certain amount of time. And as my friend, I don't want to see you experience what I did. There's a crack in the ground. There's no reason for both of us to have to trip over the same crack. But I also agree, it varies. It depends on the circumstances and the maturity of everybody involved. But
I think we got to get to the...
¡Cabrón!
Put that propaganda on it.
You know it's so
The
funny.
propaganda is insane.
It's hilarious.
Put that on camera.
We will.
Because you're trying to piss me the off.
Well, I put that propaganda on it along with that 10 extra with the girls. They be stuck. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's so crazy because I've heard a lot of dudes say that they don't want to give the best dick.
Yeah,
but they
and
also
that's
don't
always my
But
problem.
then they say,
That's
I don't
me.
want nobody to have a reputation to say,
Yeah,
oh,
but
I've
you
been
gotta-
all the
you
dick.
gotta have the word of mouth.
you niggas' problems.
Yeah.
So much good dick around.
Do we gotta go to the reference, Rod? Do we gotta reference the reference?
Oh, the dick is so good.
But we go do we gotta reference Rod on the
You
friend?
wrote it yourself on ChatGPT. Get the
Nah,
f out of here, bro.
I'll be honest.
It's word of mouth.
Get the fuck out of here.
I gotta have a word of mouth around here,
I'd
right?
rather prove you wrong. First of all, you give one medium, mid dick, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And she tell her friends, the other friends still gonna want to figure out for themselves. And the one that you really like, you knock her head off.
What type of
Oh, that's a good. I like that scenario. That's a good one.
And then she go back and be like, well, I don't know. You break the friendship up. I don't know what
Yeah,
kind of
'cause you
dick
knock it
got.
too crazy. She
You
don't
ain't
wanna
get
tell
this
the
dick.
friends.
Like, what? Now they,
Break the
now she
friendship
try-
up is sick.
That's
Yeah.
now the one that you gave mid dick won't you again. It's
Yeah.
weird.
I'm about to host
What
a
did you
class.
do? I like
I'm about to
that.
host a class to teach you just to stay away from these
They
type of
can't
niggas.
do it. They can't do
I'm
it.
just
Jesus
saying.
Christ.
They love it.
She's gonna be a vendor and sell all her sex toys.
You're right.
No, but I don't think, bro. I'm just
Yeah,
telling
it's
you the
tough.
truth. You can't because once those feelings have toggled that line where they start asking those questions, you can't pull a Uno reverse.
Yeah.
It's never gonna go back. Like, and if you make her hate you, then that's
that's
just the
bad.
end
You
of
don't
it.
want that.
Yeah, I
You don't want that.
think what I said in a previous situation is no such thing as permanent relationships, only permanent agendas. If we have the same agenda, we can keep rocking. Once the agenda is different from me, the relationship is going to be impacted. She on a different page, man.
Yeah.
She wants something more than you willing to give. It's time for you to shop for a new booty call.
Yeah, you gotta be real.
You know why he asking this question though? Because he like her too.
Yeah, he's
in real life. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't have typed that. Yeah, he wouldn't have typed that whole paragraph up there. He like her too.
I really agree with what you're saying. I think that's great sound advice. And let's end this off on a light note, right? So everybody else, if you can give some advice for a booty call and it to not be messy, what is something that you can do or give?
Not be messy.
My suggestion would be to not have booty call situations with men that there's no potential with. As much as you have desires as a woman, I think it's important for you to demonstrate some self.
Watching those old games, it takes me back. You know, to a time before the internet ruined everything. With its dumb animal videos and celebrity vaginas. All right, maybe I'll see you soon. Bye. How you doing?
Weren't you supposed to pick me up hours ago? at the bar last night.
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back, my people. Shout out to Gary, aka G, the great one, a long-time supporter of the channel. I've been trying to figure out how I'm gonna start this video off, and I think I'm gonna start it off this way. Michael Jordan, the top 75 anniversary, where they had the top 75 greatest players all together under one roof in Cleveland, Ohio. And at this top 75 anniversary, where they had the top 75 greatest players of all time under one roof, we heard the stories about when Michael Jeffrey Jordan walked in. We heard it from Dame Lillard. We heard it from Carmelo Anthony. We heard it from Dwayne Wade. We heard it from Allen Iverson. And what we heard was when Michael Jordan walked in, basically time stopped. When Michael Jordan walked in, all eyes were on him. When Michael Jordan walked in, it was clear to everyone who the GOAT was. At that point, there was no denying it. At that point, everything that Michael Jordan had accomplished during his career was on full display, from the on-court stuff to the off-court stuff, from the 6 championships to the 10 scoring titles to the 9-time first-team all-defense to the defensive player of the year to the guy with the highest regular season average to the guy with the highest playoff average and to the guy who showed how athletes could be marketed in a way that no one ever thought was possible, especially turning Nike into an empire. When Michael Jordan walked into that top 75 anniversary, it was clear to everyone who the GOAT was. There was no denying it. Michael Jordan got the biggest applause by far. Now, I said all that to say this. What do you think would happen if Michael Jordan decided to attend a Nas concert in Las Vegas? I would argue that if Michael Jordan decided today to go to a Nas concert, and you would have to imagine that a Nas concert is going to be filled with people my age, a lot of people who grew up during the Jordan era, a lot of people who witnessed the greatness of Michael Jordan. You would have to imagine that if Michael Jordan walked into a Nas concert, it would be highly distracting. I would argue that he would probably take some attention, or most certainly take some attention away from the stage. And when he left, you better believe he would be acknowledged by many, if not all, in attendance, especially if they noticed he was leaving. Because Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And that's what would happen to the GOAT. But if you are not the GOAT, if you spent the last 20 years manufacturing a career yourself with the help of the NBA and Adam Silver helping you to manufacture your career, if you spent the last 20 years forming super teams, making excuses, manipulating the situation, trading players, getting coaches fired, flopping, whining to the refs incessantly, and not just flopping, but flopping, like I said, as if you got hit with a bat, as if you got hit with a 12-gauge shotgun, as if you got hit by Mike Tyson, flopping in a way that would make everything that they say about you being the bigger, stronger, faster, 250-pound super athlete, the way you flop, it makes all of that irrelevant. If you are LeBron James, who has gotten booed at several places, who gets disrespected, who recently, not too long ago, had a guy call him out in New York.
Go back to LA. Don't come to New York with that. Boo! 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 The bum! The bum! You never beat Jordan. You never beat Jordan, my Oh, Kobe! You bum! Oh, Kobe! You bum! Out here!
Calling him LeBum and saying that you will never be Jordan or Kobe. When you are LeBron James, apparently, you can attend a Nas concert with no problem. And if you are LeBron James, when you get up to leave, there won't be any problem. You will be able to leave and people seemingly not even notice at all that you are walking right in front and everyone is hyper focused on the concert and doesn't notice you leaving at all. LeBron James fanboys, that is your king. Now here we go. Shout out to Gary, aka G the Great One, because he was in attendance at that concert, my people, and he has provided me with video evidence of LeBron James walking out in front of everybody of a Nas concert and nobody seeming to notice or care. So let's check out this clip. Wow, LeBron James fanboys, you guys, I really hope that you guys are reconsidering everything you've been defending the past several years. I really hope you guys are taking a look at your life. I just did a video yesterday about the younger generation, these young men who have awakened from the delusion of being a LeBron James fan. And all LeBron James fanboys, it is time. It is time for you guys to recognize that you have been under a trance, to recognize that you have been fooled, and it is time for you guys to awaken. Now,
Blazing the white.
You want my
boy.
email? You want my email? You want hook up?
Yeah, get out.
No.
No?
Yo, Star, just give him my email, man.
No,
You know?
I don't know why you
I don't run messages.
I can respect it.
Give him your information.
I can respect it because you have never seen me before.
These black women want my baby,
I'm not
man.
goofy, honey.
I told you, these black women want my baby.
Goofy, honey.
They do.
Holler at her real quick so I can get back to my.
Oh, she want me all up in her stomach. She want my offspring all up in her stomach. That's a whole fact. She think her credit gonna go up. Get a baby, might get blue eyes. It's a 50-50. Baby might get blue eyes. You never know. I got dominant genes, ma. You know, you come fuck around here, you gonna get a white boy. You gonna get a half gangster. It's not the black side, it's the white side, the Irish side.
I'll talk to you later, because really, you know.
Oh, girl, you just turned me on. How you running off the line? You just turned me on.
I thought she had smoke for the white boy.
I know. I thought she got smoked. Now she want a pillow talk. You know? Now she want a pillow talk. Hey, Shaniqua. It's not as bad as you think, Shaniqua. Black people are okay. It's all Trump's fault. It's the National Guard. It's not you, Ma. Not your people.
I gotta go. We'll talk later, Rory. Thanks. Get him out of here. Control babies. I thought she wanted to get at the white boy. What the fuck was that? What was that? Sheesh. Okay, I think we're done with the that particular video. Hold on a second. Okay. Is that my guy Suleiman tapping in? Late night, Suleiman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How we doing, sir?
What's going on with you, man? What's going on with you, man?
I'm maintaining, just maintaining, paying attention to this conversation about the truckers in D.C. and all this nonsense. And I don't really have nothing negative to say about the truckers. I don't think they're going to go nowhere. But I think they need to get more organized, intelligently. It's like how many truckers are there that's actually really driving? I don't know, but I'm quite sure it's a bunch of them. If it's 100,000, I'm quite sure.
Are you a truck driver, Suleiman? You a truck driver?
No. My little cousin drives, though. Okay. You know what I mean? He's young. He's only 24, and he drives.
Well, listen, I don't mean to cut you short, man. If you're not a truck driver, I would rather just talk to people about the National Guard being in D.C. Any thoughts? They are there.
Okay.
Over 800 strong.
All right.
What
all
say
right.
you?
Well, D.C., as far as the D.C. thing, you know, D.C. should be a protected city and be, you know what I mean, help. I don't deny that. I think that's good. But as far as you sending the National Guards, like, if it's really a major crisis like that, you're saying one thing, crime is down, and you're saying crime is up. I don't trust these guys' statistics and claims. I know they have bad motives and bad intentions, and they want to try to get rid of the black population that's there. They never have nothing good to provide for them or bring up some type of issue as far as them doing some type of gigantic funding for them people to help them kids not even be in the street.
Okay.
Not even want to have to tap, and you don't give them enough. You offer them nothing only but jail. You see them going out of control. Their mothers is working, and usually I'm quite sure the black class over there that's working in D.C. is probably the lower paid class. So they really don't have nothing.
Suleiman, can I take a quick rest while you talk? You know how we do. Can you just talk and give me 3 minutes to just to rest? Oh, okay, guys, this is Suleiman. Go ahead.
So, you know, as far as just like Trump sending in the National Guard, it's really nonsense. And then as far as them saying the National Guard, basically the government can't arrest nobody, then what are they going there for? They act like people are rioting and looting. Like, what's the point of the National Guard going there for? Is it looting? Is it rioting? Okay, so you want to keep crime down. Good, then send them there. But, you know what I mean? Offer them kids something besides you just policing them or treating them like they're in Gaza right now. They're in America. Give them something. We have billions of dollars in the Ukraine and Israel. We can't give them kids $1 billion. This is just to have them out of the way and learning. And they in D.C., they should be learning the best technology and have the best ability to be the best productive citizens for the national capital. Anyway, they already there. So they easily be serving the capital, and they already are serving the capital. Trust and believe, they serve everyone that comes to America. But give them kids that you see misguided and lost something. That them kids having kids basically mentality. Give them something to do better. Give them an opportunity. Give them hope. Stop just always want to lock the kid up and throw them away in jail because they just acting out and lashing out because they don't feel like love or getting attention. And this black fatigue nonsense. Like, I hope you are having black fatigue. I hope he's wearing you out.
Man, I just changed my. It's FROMLNDN from London. Yeah, that was my old Instagram. I'm tripping. I'd have had it for 20 years and 10 years and I changed it. But that's the thing that's going down, man. It's just a crazy situation. But I tell you this though, Donald Trump will cut a deal with Black America. I know y'all won't think.
No, he only gonna cut a deal if it's something beneficial for him though. It ain't.
Even me. He's sweating our style, but it's okay. I know I got respect for the good Caribbeans. I don't like this negative.
Suleiman, I appreciate you, man. Every once in a while, I need to just like take that little quick, little power down.
The negative everything.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you. Peace out.
Salute. That's my nigga right there. Whenever I need to recharge my battery, I can count on him. That guy can talk. My nigga, Suleiman. Guys, at the top of the live chat is the PayPal link. If you want to support the machine, that would be appreciated. Keep in mind, we are now using Venmo. I'm still talking to Cash App, but I just, it's just craziness. Well, the conversation. Jeez. Hey, Sherry, I got your donation, darling. Thank you so much. Where are my notes for the other topics we were discussing? Okay. Guys, please sit tight on the phones. I'm coming shortly. Hakeem, I got your Venmo donation. Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay, something about, is somebody looking to advertise? Charles, who are you? Who is Charles? Sent me a bunch of links. I can't click on those right now, but thank you so much. Oh, Connor, I'm so sorry. Where's Connor? Let me get her the link. Connor, you still awake? Connor's in Jordan. kind of check your email. I appreciate your patience. With regards to the topic earlier, does art imitate life or vice versa? You're just now joining me. We had a discussion with regards to that. For those of you who have ever wondered, you know, the statement itself, does art imitate life, goes back to Aristotle. I read that to you earlier. Plato and Oscar Wilde from the 1800s. I'm just simply asking the question, does art imitate life or does life imitate art? We are at a very different time in society, and the influence of images and different acts by way of the internet. See, the internet just carries the meanings, if there are meanings at all. What is it that the young people see that they then want to emulate or to take part in? I really feel sorry for some of you, again, who are trying to raise children today. I've said this before. When I first saw a magazine, I forget how old I was, maybe 7 years old, under my father's work truck seat. And I saw a woman naked and she was getting plowed. It startled me. Oh, look. And in today's day and time, you have kids who can just very simply and easily pull that shit up. Does it desensitize them? Does it make them evolve differently? I think that's what I'm trying to say, evolve. Not necessarily grow. I mean, their bodies are growing, but do they evolve differently? Is there some type of psychological issue that can manifest? That's how I want to say that. Con, I see you in the back. Hold on a second. Hey, Kat, what's up, girl? Nice to hear from you. Late night. Kat.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, Star.
Hey, what's shaking, girl?
I was calling about DC.
When's the last time you were down there?
2018.
Okay.
But my family is from DC.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Why are you saying that? I never had a bad experience. Well, I was telling a friend of mine that my aunt and my cousin, they were murdered in their house in D.C. in 1979. But that was from a handy worker that was working for them, and he murdered them so he could buy some stuff for his son.
Well, can we focus on the National Guard that has been deployed there? Let's start there. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? You yourself raised in the Bronx, you know. What do you think about D.C. now? Taken over by the Trump administration for 30 days.
Well, actually, from what I could tell, it has naturally gentrified over time. So it's not like it used to be. I mean, it's still Chocolate City, but it's not like it used to be. And it's right near, like, the northwest part is right near Howard University. And also, what is he going to do with all the niggas in Howard University? Was he trying to get rid of everybody, all the niggas from D.C.? Like, I think it's like some elitist shit he's doing. Like,
Kat, how old are you again?
52.
But why are you talking like that? Get rid of the niggas. Why? The president of the United States, hold on a second, you are an adult, I would imagine a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen. It's crime down there, regardless of not whether you have family or not. That they're trying to get a grip on things. Howard University,
crime.
all the trouble that surrounded that place over the decades, fighting, shooting. Come on. Come on.
So what is he gonna do with how So he's gonna.
I have no idea. Do you know? You watch the news? Can you?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm saying
I don't know either.
it's a primarily black city or district.
Is it too black, Cat? Final question.
Maybe it's too black for him. He doesn't want to ride through seeing a whole bunch of black folks.
Cat, have a good night.
That's basically what he's saying.
Good night, Cat. Thank you.
Good night.
Jojo, I got your donation. So there are more female truckers nowadays. A lot more because the big MAGA carriers took out the gear shift manuals. So most trucks are automatic. Okay, that makes sense. Peace, Connor.
Hey, Shalom.
How are you, Queen?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Thank you for having
I'm
me.
good. Thank you for tapping in. Late night, we've been discussing a few topics. What do you want to chime in first?
You touched on so many great things, and I want to just a little bit here and there. But first thing you said about art imitating life, I wanted to tap on that because yes, it does, and vice versa, both ways. But I wanted to really go into history repeating itself. That's another, because in the Bible it tells you in Ecclesiastes 1:9, there's nothing new under the sun. What was will be, and what will be has already been. And what's going on with the Trump and even with the trucking, I wanted to go into that as well because it's all relative. Trump, you got to understand, this happened before in 70 AD when we were in Jerusalem and they end up sacking Jerusalem and taking our people down. There's a scripture that says in Luke 20, I think it is. It says when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, know that the desolation is nigh. Meaning, Jerusalem is not just the landmass; it's also His people. We are Jerusalem, and right now, because of the blacks in America, we are in the neck of our enemies. That's one of the prophecies. Judah, the head tribe, is in the neck of his enemy. So I was listening to that brother who was on before me ranting, and I hear a lot of brothers talk like this. They are angry about what they're doing to them. You are in the neck of your enemy, and you can't expect nothing else but him constantly, keeping his foot on your neck, and him putting you down, and him not giving you resources, him not providing you food, not doing what, because he's your enemy, and he wants to take you down. Okay, so I just wanted to go into Trump. The prophecy was that when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, know that desolation is coming. It's not just in Washington, D.C. He's going to do this throughout the United States. The National Guard, he's putting them in strategically all throughout the big major cities. Eventually, they're going to stop food coming in. That's why the trucking industry, they did a test run during 2020 to see what was going on, how things was going to work, how people was going to maneuver. But as you notice, all these, Walmarts are closing, all the big stores, CVS's, everything is closing right before your eyes. And they're using different excuses. But what they're doing is what they did in 70 AD. They stopped the food. They stopped everything was surrounded. You couldn't get in or out because of the armies, and people were being killed. They started eating their children, brothers and sisters. This is Bible.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Connor, do I have your showrunner information?
I have, I don't get to put it in, but I think Hebrewism, I wanted to do with you, and I discussed it.
But hold on. I want to promote you now. Did I have your showrunner information at any point in time?
Yes, Hebrewism.com, and I
Stay
told
right
you,
there. Hold on a second. I think I found it. I want to promote you. I appreciate you calling in, taking time. Now, guys, we don't use Cash App anymore. However, on the screen, this is Connor's information. That's the old Snitch Work Cash App. It doesn't work. But Hebrewism.com, that's your website, right?
Yes, that's my website, and basically, it's a Google
Hold on. Is it my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, that President Trump, in your opinion, is the Antichrist, or what? How do you see him?
Well, the small hats are working as the Antichrist because Trump has no real authority. He's working under people, but he's really Jewish. His real name is Trump, not Trump. He's Jewish, and they changed their names. They changed their identity. The mission is the same because we in the neck of their enemies, of our enemies, and it's all about keeping us down, brothers.
Is Trump your enemy, Connor?
He is our enemy because he's not going to.
No, he's not our. No, I stand with the
I mean,
orange
us
man.
as a people.
Now, hold on, Connor. Feel free to speak how you speak and stand on it.
Okay.
Is Trump the enemy? You live in Jordan.
Right,
Is Trump
I
the
left
enemy?
because I got up out of my enemy. I got up away from my enemy. Miami has
You're in
left-
Jordan now.
Yes, I'm in Jordan now, and
You
I
left America.
don't
Is
ever
Trump-
plan on returning.
Is Trump the Antichrist? Come on.
Well, as far as the Antichrist, I'm saying he's working under the Antichrist system. It's a system. It's not one man. They lied to us in the Bible, looking for one man to come in and do the work when they've been doing us dirty from day one. The children of Israel, they have been doing us dirty as the enemy from day one, and he's just part of it. I was even thinking that Trump was working against them in a sense. Let me explain, because he was good friends with JFK, so he was kind of really going against the powers that be. So I was hoping that he was going to give us our people some reparations just to spite them, and then it was kind of.
Wait a minute, Connor. You're in Jordan now. If we get reparations, you can't.
My family will get it.
Hang on, you can't get dibs. No,
Right,
you can't get dibs.
I probably won't be able to get part of it, but my family will. And I think it's owed to us as a people. We built the country on our back,
Definitely.
so But I thought that I was thinking Trump was going to, do the opposite, and that's why he does a lot of things for blacks too. Letting all those rappers out of prison. He might even.
I'm so glad you said that. Would you care to tell people the act?
Say it again.
The name of the act where Trump has, gotten black people out of prison in the thousands?
I don't know the name of the act. I'm sorry, but yes, please tell me, because I stand on that.
Google it. I got time. Google it.
Okay,
Trump let black people out of prison. Google it.
Yes, okay, I will do it right now. But can I keep talking? Because
Yeah,
I think that this is very important, that our people know what time we're in. There's nothing new under the sun. So they're going to continue to put these armies into our cities, over and over, because it's time, brothers and sisters. It's time to get up out of Babylon. It's not going to get any better. And people hoping that this thing is going to turn around. No, we are in time of Bible prophecy. Jordan is the safe place, and this is why I try to just come on and talk about these topics to let people know. According to the Bible, Jordan is the safe place. There is a place that he said he will protect those found within his borders at this time. When these armies start to fill up these cities and you start to see it, and then there's no food coming in, and now you're thinking that the government is going to help you and save you. It's not. You are in the neck of your enemies. They have no good for you. They want to get rid of you. Your turn is coming up next. Your kingdom is next, and they don't want to work for you. They don't want to do anything for you. So you have to understand what's going on here and why this is happening. Because I listen to the black men.
Connor,
Yeah.
Google First Step Act.
Okay, First Step Act.
First Step Act.
Okay, I'm
Give
Googling
us
it
a
right
second.
now. First Step Act. Thank you. And giving me this First Step Act. Okay.
What do you got?
Yes, refers to the First Step Act of 2018, a U.S. federal law focused on the criminal justice reform. It's aimed to reduce recidivism, expand opportunities for rehabilitations in federal prisons, and ease the transaction of inmates back into society. The act also retroactively applies to the Fair Sentencing Act of 2010, which reduced the disparity between crack and powder cocaine sentences, basically. So
That's
he was.
Trump.
This is.
That's Trump.
Okay, the higher, yes, yes.
First
And he did a lot of
step
things like this.
Act. It's Trump.
Yes, he did a lot of things like this. So I'm not personally. That's why I say I'm not going to say he's the Antichrist. He's done a lot of things.
He's not. He's not. That would be Mark Zuckerberg.
Exactly. Yes, but they're all working in cahoots because they really don't have.
Hang on, Connor. Have you ever seen The Omen with Damien?
Yes.
That's Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
That's Damien.
Yes, and even Elon Musk, he has that kind of face too. They look like straight demons.
I ain't interested in him. But now hold on. I want to make sure I'm letting you speak, guys. That's Connor's website on the screen, Hebrewism.com. But don't use that Cash App. We don't use that Cash App anymore. Okay, so with regards to the National Guard in D.C., when's the last time you've been in D.C., Connor?
I haven't been in America since 2008. I left, and even before that.
Right. But D.C., have you ever been there? Chocolate City?
I've been. Yeah, I have a family that live in D.C. So yes. But it's a while. But they lived in a beautiful home. It was beautiful there. But I remember when I went to Maryland. Oh my gosh! I went to Maryland one day. I got a router working in Baltimore. It was like I was in the Valley of the Dry Bones. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. It was like dead bodies walking around.
That heroin is strong in downtown.
Oh my goodness! I was like, what in the world? I never.
And the methadone. It's crazy. But hey.
This is before I left even, so I can imagine what it looks like now.
I have to get back to the show here. Anything else you want to make mention of or talk about? You said you had some type of biblical reference.
Yes,
how'd you phrase that?
Yeah, this is all biblical. It's all biblical because that's what I was saying. Nothing new under the sun. What will be, what is what was. In 70 A.D., they sacked Jerusalem and they blamed the fires on the Hebrews, and they caused them to, these fires, which wasn't by the Hebrews, but they accused them of setting the fires, and they brought in the armies and surrounded the city. Now, first they tried to act like, oh, they were there to help the community, but then when the people got used to seeing the presence of the armies, they thought it was normal, but it was all to take them down. If that's what this was all about. And that's what I'm saying. It's biblical proportion because it's not going to be just Washington, D.C. Now, sometimes things are a test run. So they'll do it just to see how the people react. But guys, y'all have to know the history. They are coming for your necks. Get out of America. It's falling, it's fooling. This is what the Bible prophecy is. And it's falling, meaning
Well,
it's
hang on. Connor, before you go. Now, you subscribe to the Old Testament or the New? I forget.
Oh, the whole Bible.
Do you see the earth as flat or a sphere or round?
No, it's round. The Bible even tells you it's round. Yeah. It's, descriptions.
Does space exist?
Well, it's the heavens and the firmament. That's what
I have to say, the firmament.
Yeah. It's the heavens and the firmament. That's
According to the Bible.
And it's levels, yes. There's levels of the firmament. The seventh heaven and, where the Most High sits. So, but they talk about
the
space.
Most High sits on top of the firmament.
Yes. Yeah, and listen, that's why they build the whole space station to fight Christ when he returns. That's what that all about. And the reason why they're giving all these weapons to these countries, like different countries, is preparing for Yeshua, Christ, to return. They're planning to fight Christ. And that's also them talking about aliens. I heard recently that there's this thing on, like TikTok, they're talking about aliens. They're not talking about aliens.
There's an old astronaut claiming that he saw an alien and it looked like an African American.
Right. This is Yeshua, Christ, and
I've been saying that. I've been saying that the aliens are Africans.
Right. And they
hang on. If anybody or anything is an alien, it's the African. No, I'm not joking. Well, what else could have survived the elements once upon a time? The Earth spun. Hang on. The Earth spun at a different rotation. Yes, different speed. Yes.
You saying it did? Well, I don't think it hasn't changed too much from when the Most High created.
No. The speed of the Earth is different now. But hold on a second. The planet was hotter. You know, what else could have survived other than an alien? Could no goddamn human of today lived back then? Anyway, I'm rambling. Great to talk to you.
Can I just say this? They're going to call Christ's return aliens, so that they're going to feel justified. Our people, or all humans, are going to feel justified when they try to fight these aliens that come. But it's actually Christ returning. That's the fight. So there's a lie. They're lying about these aliens and all this stuff so that they can justify fighting against Christ, because it's supposed to be a Christian country. You know, America's supposed to be built on Christianity.
One last question.
Yes.
Will Christ return as a person or within you? The Christ.
Good question. He's returning as a man.
That's the question.
Yes, he's returning as a man, and all eyes will see him. Everyone is going to know when Christ returns, because just like he left as a man, he's going to return as a man. And he's coming for his people. So brothers and sisters, please get out of Babylon. The place is falling. There is a safe place, Jordan. So just, you know.
I appreciate you, Connor.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
Bye now. I enjoy talking to you. Connor from Jordan. Okay. Guys, it's still early. Please respect the PayPal. It's at the top of the live chat. Please respect the Venmo. It's there for you. Hang on a second. People are sending donations, and I need to acknowledge them. Guys, I got to figure out how to respond via Venmo, because I used to always respond via Cash App with a thumbs up. I appreciate your support. Hold on a second. All right, thank you so much for everybody who has made a donation to the machine. Guys, please hit the like button as well, because this is one of those shows where, you know, sometimes the language, sometimes maybe a little tough to monetize. Gene Richmond. Okay. Who's in the queue? Area code 984. Good morning. Are you there? It's late night. We're talking about a few topics. Area code.
Hello?
Yes.
Area code 984. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Yes, sir. Can you turn that down in the background, please?
Yes. I'm sorry about that.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. Waiting for my pain medicine to kick in so I can go to sleep.
Okay.
But I'm doing all right. How are you? How are you?
Good. We're talking about the National Guard that has been deployed in Washington, D.C. The president has taken control, and for 30 days right now. Any thoughts? Any concerns?
Well, yes. There's a concern there, because there's always a concern that could happen in other states, and and tip off martial law across the nation. And I think American citizens are too armed for something like that to happen. I think that might turn into some type of civil war. So I am a little worried about that.
Can I ask, how old are you, sir? How old are you?
I'm 50 years old.
50.
Yeah.
Martial law, you think that would really take place in this day and time?
I mean, I hope not, but, who knows what Trump or his handlers would push on him.
Okay.
I hope not. Like I said, There was just where I currently staying now. There was just a gun show this weekend that just passed. So Americans love their guns, and I don't think that would be something good that would happen if martial law was to spread across America. I also wanted to talk.
I would like to see the National Guard in Chicago, Illinois. Oh my goodness, those super predators down there, those savages, need to be tamed, in my opinion. What say you? Chicago.
Call them savages. What you call them, savages and what?
Super predators. Super predators.
Super predators from Hillary Clinton, like Hillary Clinton said.
Right.
I think Hillary Clinton's a super predator. Anyway,
Hillary's an idiot, but I like that term, super predators. She was spot on with that one. She was spot on. Go ahead.
From what I understand, the situation in Chicago is like they changed some roads and I could be wrong. Turn around some roads and close some projects and then put everybody in the same area. Yeah. And they really put the crab. Was that crab in a bucket? Really put that in that situation. Mm-hmm. So that was an unlivable situation, and they knew. And then at the same time, didn't they lock up all the OGs there? Sometimes some OGs do have a purpose to keep the stuff calm. To give the orders, no, that can't happen. So I don't think martial law would be something.
So you're 50 years of age. If I had to guess, you're a taxpayer, a law-abiding citizen. Right?
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
You want to live your the rest of your days in peace. You want to manicure your lawn. You want to see your family grow.
Yes, that's correct.
Do you support eugenics and sterilization?
No, I don't.
Something has.
I think it's survival of the fittest.
Something has to be done in Chicago, sir. I'm almost there. I'm almost there with sterilization and eugenics in Chicago. I'm man enough to say it. But go ahead.
I would go about the problem in Chicago. I would try to reverse it. Try to spread the people out a little bit more, where they're not so congested and living on top of each other, and maybe that would calm the hot spots down. But then when you say about I'm planning on going back out of the country. I lived out of the country before COVID, maybe about 15 years, and I came back at it, finishing my mother's estate and some other stuff. Okay. So I'm back in the state and been getting ill, but I think I'm gonna move back out of America anyway. Okay. But I'm still gonna have family here, so I'm gonna be concerned about, and I'm American, so I'll be concerned about, the future of America. Okay. I also wanted to touch on the trucking.
Yes.
So, it seemed that at one time I had, three box trucks and two 18-wheelers. Okay. I had some, the 18-wheelers were the Volvos, and I had, I think a Freightliner, a Hino, and then the cheap one, International. And it was crazy, one time, it was just like hand over hand, money just coming in. I remember that was one of the times where it would be it would be a hassle to try to, to count money. That's a good hassle. That's a good problem to have.
That's a good problem.
And then all of a sudden, the rates, because some of the time I would have contracts, some of the times I would just do the boards. You get loads off the boards. And then the rates just started dropping. It was crazy. Like how somebody can do this and make money, you could see wasn't profitable. Then I start noticing foreigners coming into the game, into the trucking industry. Some of it was good and some of it was bad because, some of the foreigners could take the cheaper routes. But something that also happened that was good, there was dispatchers that was somehow that got in the game that were from the Ukraine. This was before the war. Okay. So they would work for like $50. They give you a load and they just want $50 off the load, was unheard of.
So at what point did you get out of the trucking industry?
Well, I'm not completely out. I downsized some. Yeah, I downsized because, you know, with some people, once they start getting money, they don't want to work. They think the money's going to be sweet all the time. So I had problems with
niggers
to work.
Niggers.
Yep. Yeah, I try to be pro-black, and I'm like, I'm only hiring black people, and you know, that bit me in the ass. Some of those black people didn't want to show up for work once their pockets start getting fat.
Hey, I appreciate it, sir.
All right. All right, you have a good evening.
You too. Take care. Guys, hold on a second. I forgot to return a text to my Karen. You thought I was joking. I have a part-time girlfriend. We do things in the daytime only. I ain't trying to be out at night. I wear contacts. Fuck out of here. She's usually in bed by 9 p.m. because of her medication. Janelle, I got your donation. Thank you, darling. Yes. Venmo is what we're using. At Star Report. Thank you so much. Jabari, I got your donation. Okay. Isaiah, thank you for your support. And Destiny, thank you for your support. I'm going to take another break, then I'm going to continue on because I got a bunch of videos that I put together and I want to watch them. I got at least an hour's worth of videos to watch. Let me take this call right now. Area code 225. Good morning. Are you there? 225.
Hey, Spell, what's happening?
Hey, man. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. You know, I lived in New Orleans. I moved to Washington, D.C. I've been here for about 5 months. Work at Howard University.
Okay.
But I got to tell you, I can tell you honestly, living up here, I thought New Orleans was bad. I thought New Orleans was bad. Had my vehicle burglarized twice. Daily, every day at Howard University, every single day, cars are being smashed into, smash and grab, broad daylight.
Yeah.
Mine was broken into at 3 p.m. And if Trump wants to send in the National Guard, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, he should send them all over here. A lot of people don't know this, but Howard is surrounded by the hood.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by the hood. I mean, literally, the majority female presence at the university, and you have kids just hoodlums. You know, you know, I can tell you, I agree with what Trump is doing. I don't think it's a race thing.
Well, hang on a second, sir. Are you a teacher, an educator? You're at Howard, you said.
Yeah, well, no, I'm on the engineering side, so
okay.
You know, so I'm not a professor or a teacher or anything like that.
Don't say your name or give any information away. But and you've been up there how long now?
About 6 months.
Back in the days, we used to call Howard University the 13th grade. You ever heard that?
The 13th grade. Yeah, well, you know, it really is a noble institution. But I got to tell you, man, the way society...
Hold on a second. Troll babies. Anybody ever heard of that? Howard, the 13th grade. I'm sorry, go ahead. You were saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous, man. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, it's really like a culture shock. You know, I've never seen so many scooters and mopeds and electric bikes just all over the place. They've got them on campus for the students, but you know, Negroes from the hood, or just they jump on these things and use them to, prey upon the students and anyone parked around the university.
Can I read something to you, sir? Stay with me.
Yeah.
Someone sent me some information here. Deeds, according to the mpdc.dc.gov, okay, 2025 year-to-date crime comparisons. This is consistent with what you said. Motor vehicle theft in 2024, there were 2,904. In 2025, which is not even over yet, 2,909. So motor vehicle theft is up in the DC area, okay? And then,
yeah, man.
And then you have theft from auto, and then theft, other theft. Property crime total, 14,734 in 2024. 2025, 14,093. That's a 4% drop. But again, 2025 is not over yet. I'm looking at homicides, 2024, a total of 274, okay? And it's 2025 now. You have 187, so I'm sure they will catch up to that homicide rate. So it's really doing what's called extrapolations, you know, skewing the numbers so that people think that, well, you know, crime is down. Well, it's going to be, I would say, pretty much equivalent, or if not higher, by January. I just want to point that out with regards to what you said about your vehicle being broken into. It's consistent. Consistent.
Yeah, it is consistent. The police department, the presence is there. The crazy thing about it is, and this is going to sound bad, but I hate to say this shit, man, but I kid you not. I went into one of the buildings for just a few minutes, came out, glass on the ground. Yeah. And you know what I thought to myself? A goddamn super predator got me, man.
There you go. Yeah.
A super predator. And it had nothing to do with black. You know, if Sergeant Waters was resurrected from a soldier story, you know, black race can't afford certain, you know, certain types no more.
Gotcha.
You know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, you know.
I appreciate your call, sir. I'm going to take another break. Make sure you hit that Venmo. We need your support.
All right, yes. All right,
Thank you.
You have a good night.
Thank you.
My brother.